Okay, so where we last left off. Meepo was leading you from Eustriel's chamber all the way out to this sort of back room here. Now, you're currently in an empty room, and the door to the north has a bar on it from your side, like it's barred from this side. Now, I want to note a couple of things about Meepo while you are walking. You notice a couple of things. First off, he gets really underfoot. Ever since the meeting with Eustriel, he walks very, very close to you, and he walks very, like, he kind of weaves in between people. And if you find yourself trying to move to get out of his way, you end up kind of like a puppy, kind of kicking him or shoving him or something.
Oh, no.
But you also notice that if you just maintain your stride, you never stumble, you never fall. So I'll let you all decide how you respond to that. But Meepo is very, very sort of close by and underfoot all the time. He is only like 2 feet tall, so he's very, like, I don't know, dog-sized?
Like a puppy, like straight up just a puppy.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit bigger than a corgi.
Whenever Meepo gets close to Calder, Calder will reach out, grab the cloak that is definitely too big for Meepo, and re-bunch it around his shoulders so that he is not tripping over the cloth so much. But he probably has to do that several times, literally every time he walks by him. Calder has infinite patience for doing that for some reason.
At some point, Meepo will duck into a kobold guard room, and he will actually hand you your cloak back when he does. And when he comes back out, he comes out bearing a few things. First off, he has 3 weighted nets, one of which he hooks to his belt, and the other 2 of which he offers to anybody who wants to hold on to one.
I will look to Hyacinth and Clarion because I don't throw things.
I mean, I'll take one.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take one.
Done and done. And then he disappears into the guard room again. Kioskun, I see you there. We do have a new player, and we will be introducing the new character very shortly, I promise. So, where was I? Yes, he comes back out bearing a very strange metal and leather strapped device that is big enough to where he has to like carry it on his back. And he doesn't readily offer an explanation, so he brings you into this room.
When we're like setting up to wait here for a bit, I will ask Meepo, what's the thing on his back?
It's for Calcrix. Calcrix, I said before, Calcrix still very small, very angry. Very angry.
Wild.
Meepo, wild. Meepo can dodge claw. Meepo can dodge the teeth. Meepo can't dodge the. This. Meepo make it hold Calcrix, so can't make breath deep for.
Cannot breathe on us.
Cannot make freeze.
Meepo?
Fantastic.
Meepo? Will Caltrix ever not be angry?
Oh, yes. Calcrix grow and become smart, and then kobolds serve Calcrix.
And how not angry, and how long does it take?
He seems sort of confused by the question. When gets bigger? When gets bigger?
When gets bigger. Okay. Well, I definitely prefer not to be frozen.
Hey, Rob, real quick.
Yes.
Can you give us the map?
Oh, yeah. Yes, of course.
We would love a map.
There you are.
Thank you.
You are very welcome.
Yay.
Is there any kind of like like an intelligence check or like a Arcana check that could be done to try and like figure out like to draw up like knowledge of draconic lore?
Yeah, I think Arcana would probably be a good one for that.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll that.
Because I'm
whenever
honestly
you like.
I'm curious as to if like knowledge could be gained on that.
Yeah.
But of course, I am rolling in my typical fashion.
So it sounds right to you. You know that dragons have to breathe deep to do their breath thing, so maybe it could work. You're not sure how he's going to get it on the thing, though.
I will leave that to Meepo's judgment.
Carefully.
Anything else before we lift the bar and continue into the next room?
I will be casting Mage Hand again because having that up seems prudent because it served us well with the pitfall trap.
What's your mage hand look like?
It looks. I actually wrote this out. It looks like a 6-fingered white spectral hand covered in runes.
You killed my father. Sorry, I had to. That's amazing. It's does it hover like by your head, or does it just hang out around you, or?
The way I've envisioned it, it looks like a normal hand, but it has like a second thumb protruding out of the opposite side.
That's terrifying. That is absolutely horrifying.
And I love it.
What?
And I love it.
And it just is a white spectral hand that just sort of floats midair that I direct, and I don't even need concentration to direct it. So
very nice.
So I'm just going to have it like pad near the door and check for traps before we open it. And by check for traps, I mean try to activate them by being a spectral hand pushing into things like stone plates.
Lionar says, my father was killed by a 6-fingered hand. All right.
That probably wasn't me.
So, yeah, Meepo seems ready to go. I have not heard yet from... No, I've heard from everybody at this point, except for the player who's not here yet. So shall we continue? What's the marching order? Who goes in first?
But I declared what my action was. That's what I did for my prep.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go probably first just for the sake of cursory trap check.
Sure.
Yeah, let the rogue go first.
Go ahead and...
Oh, you're so great.
Do your search.
I will do a search. You want a perception or... Would you like a perception or investigation?
Good question. What are you doing to search for traps? Give me a little bit of description.
Generally, I would say this is a kind of just a quick cursory look instead of like let's stare very difficultly at one space. Because a lot of the basic traps are pretty obvious in the end.
Okay, I'll go ahead and give you a perception then. That seems like a good one. You do not see any traps with your result of 15.
That's fair.
Then I think we're ready to proceed, unless there's any objection.
Yeah, I'm behind the rogue. Well, I mean, I'm with Meepo, I guess.
I'll be with Meepo.
We're all gonna be with Meepo. You can't take Meepo all the time.
Meepo is everybody's friend.
Meepo is everyone's friend, especially mine.
I will go ahead and move you all into the other room, and then I will give you a chance to move yourself to where you would want to stand.
Thought I had my map in the right spot, and then turns around, we're going north. I'm like, oh man.
So, I am really deeply appreciating my dark vision.
A couple of things as you come into this area. Up to this point, everywhere that you've been has at least looked traveled. Like even, where it looked like there were, things aren't clean, but you could tell that it was, things have been traveled and people go back and forth. This is much different. There are layers of dust and thick spider webs on the wall and on the floor. On your right, dust and odd bits of stony debris and rubble lie scattered on the floor. An ornate fountain is built into the eastern wall. Though cracked and stained, the fountain's overarching carving of a diving dragon retains its beauty. So you can see there's a dragon kind of diving into the fountain, which is dry. And on the western wall, you see a relief-carved stone door.
What is the lighting in this room?
The lighting in this room, and that's an interesting thing to mention, you would expect this to be dark. However, a little bit further down the hall, there is a torch in the wall that is burning. And even though there are like spider webs in the flame, the webs are not being consumed.
Interesting.
Seems fairly magical.
That sounds worrisome.
Yeah, that's up at the sort of crossroads up there. And as you're looking in that direction, by the by, you note. Do you see how there is a sort of? Some of you can see there's sort of a branching there, and there's a hallway going north.
Yes.
You do note that there are footprints in the dust. There is a set of goblinoid footprints and a set of humanoid footprints. The goblinoid footprints are probably a few hours to a day old. The humanoid footprints are probably more like 2 or 3 weeks because there is a collection of dust over the prints.
It seems that our quarry came through here.
As much as I want to redeem myself with this door, I feel like let's just follow the footprints.
Yeah.
We should just continue ahead. So we will follow the footprints.
Okay. As you begin to follow the footprints forward, go ahead and move yourselves up to the next intersection, but no further than that, please, because something's about to happen.
Again, we'll be sweeping the area across each footprint with the mage hand, just to try and set off any traps that may have been set in their path.
Totally. Meepo will be sort of running around back and forth. Barnabas will take up the back. And you hear a commotion.
What do I hear?
As you are creeping forward, you hear a strangled sound, and then a ha 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 sound, and then the door up on the very one. As you can see, this hallway has several doors that are sort of ajar. One of those doors bursts open, and out runs the strangest goblin you have ever seen, pursued immediately. One moment, please. Friends, if you are extraordinarily arachnophobic, we're going to want to go ahead and throw a quick content warning your way, because I'm about to describe me some spiders. Okay, just making sure that anyone who wants to click off can mute or click off or something like that. Always good to check that out. Immediately pursuing from that room, this goblin are a pair of pony-sized wolf spiders. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and add that to the combat tracker.
If they're pony-sized, then if I had been playing a druid, could I have tamed one and rode it?
I think vermin and beasts are different. I don't think that's a possibility.
If you were a higher level, you could.
I was about to say, that's a shame. I mean, obviously, I'm playing a bard, so all I can really do is maybe calm it down or
high enough animal handling, you can do anything.
Get it in the mood, but
All right, so there we go, and I will make this and this visible. Excellent. And I
that
also
is an
have
adorable picture. Show us the picture.
This artwork.
Oh my lord!
This artwork was made by our very own Gail. Thank you so very, very much. It is absolutely incredible.
I love it.
I love it.
This is what you see. The torch on the left is the glowing, not consuming torch that you saw. And yeah, the spiders are pursuing on the floor, on the wall, and on the ceiling. We should probably go ahead and roll initiative now, yeah?
Yeah.
Nobody is considered surprised here. You were given plenty of warning, so there's no worries there. So go ahead and roll yourselves an initiative.
Move that. Move that.
Did mine
I
just
will.
not come up?
Roll initiative for all of my NPCs.
Yes.
Calder, I have not seen yours yet. No.
Okay, that was weird.
Now I still don't see it. Weird.
I mean,
And
I'll
like
take-
there it
some of you
goes.
people have some serious initiative. It's
Very good. Okay.
crazy. I'm always last.
So, before we move any further, I just presented you a tableau. Tell me, how do you react? Let's start with Hyacinth. How does Hyacinth react to this?
Ooh, let's see. To here come a goblin being chased by a spider. 2 spiders. At least 2 spiders.
At least yes.
Let's see. I think the first thing that Hyacinth would do would be to arm themselves. Like this is a rapier out situation.
Boom.
Be it stab a goblin or stab a spider. It's probably going to be stab a spider because right now too many legs.
Too many legs. I
That is
think
a lot of legs.
That is an
Too many
excellent way
legs.
of thinking about it. You were the one
Far
to take
too
down
many.
the centipede as well earlier, so
Like I said, too many legs.
just too many. Let's talk Clarion. What is Clarion's reaction to a goblin running down the hallway?
Aside from wanting to shriek,
Do you shriek?
calls out his rapier as well because it's a rapier situation.
Yes, it does sound
It's
like.
not exactly like I was.
I'm loving this idea of these death spiders bearing down on you and the 3 musketeers pulling their rapiers like, ha!
And I'm almost dressed for it. I've actually got like patterns for that.
Calder,
I've
what
wanted to
is-
make a 3 musketeers outfit so bad and have like the big hat with like
with the big feather. Yes.
Jen, I've been debating buying one of those hats because Hyacinth definitely has one.
Oh my god, the one that I want though is way out of my freaking price league.
Calder, what is your reaction? What is Calder's reaction to being charged by a terrified goblin and angry spiders? These spiders are not your friends, Psychonthrope. Some are. These are not. These think you are food, not friends.
Calder is very nonplussed by spiders. I think that would set him apart. It's not that he no-sells it. He definitely views this as a threat. So he'll like pivot to the sideways, serious mode, reaches under his jacket and pulls out a perhaps overly ornate light crossbow. Like, these things are not worth magic. This is definitely shoot it with sharp objects until it dies.
And Meepo immediately, like without hesitation, Meepo pulls a sling and starts whirling a rock around his head. So let's go ahead and go in initiative count. Let's see what happens. We have Hyacinth going first.
Yes.
Actually,
Can
really
I get
quick, before I do want to do one more thing. Gail, would you be so kind as to give us just a quick description of your character in addition to the wonderful picture that we saw earlier?
Standing a little over 3 feet, you see a very green goblin who is currently gagged. Their arms seem to be bound behind their back, and if you look at their ankles, they might have just snapped out of some ropes. Barreling towards you with a look of extreme panic on their face, but also catching in the light is a ridiculous amount of piercings and jewelry adorning their body.
Love them. I love
I'm
them so much.
I'm developing a very unhealthy habit for wanting to adopt small humanoids, so this will probably end badly.
All right. So now, Hyacinth, it is your turn.
I'm going to move in front of Calder.
Go ahead.
And basically, I'm making a space so that the goblin that's actively running away / is tied up can get basically behind a wall of people.
Works for me.
I guess I want to hold an attack for when the spider gets close.
Sure. So you'll go ahead and the ping will be a spider gets within melee range, and the action will be you take an attack. Yes.
Yes.
Lovely. So you're there. You're ready to lunge. You've got the rapier out. Up next, it is Echo's turn. Welcome to the party, Echo. You get to take your very, very first action.
Hey! I would like to, as a goblin, bonus action disengage.
Very nice. Good call.
And I am going to take an unarmed attack against the spider before moving quicker away from it. You see this goblin look down the hallway, see all of you, see that you're readying to attack, and then like nods and turns around and tries to go for a spinning roundhouse kick.
With the hands behind the back still.
Yep, this is just this is a kick.
Make your attack.
But it's so cool.
I have a soft spot for goblins that do kung fu. This is amazing.
You kick the giant wolf spider. Deal some damage.
With damage.
Nice.
Nice.
And then
Very, very
bonus
good.
action, disengage, and I will run up to y'all. Well, I don't know if you'll allow this as part of the movement, but like try to do a flip in the air to get my arms in front of me.
Yeah, totally.
And then hold it out to the nearest person who has a sharp object. Like
that's the rule of cool right there. Absolutely, that works.
Yeah.
So go ahead and move your character forward to where you go.
Who do you offer the bindings to? I think is an important question of what answer you get.
I'll hold it out towards Hyacinth and Calder since you two are adjacent. Just
Yeah, I'm
between
way in
two
the
of you.
back.
Speaking of Calder.
So the spider hasn't acted yet.
No.
Okay, I think I'm going to go with a frostbite casting instead.
Sounds good to me. Go ahead and throw that. That's a
Roll
one.
I just rolled a 1.
No, that was the spider's save.
Oh, that was the spider's save. So I should have made
thank
the
God.
crit sound. There's the crit sound.
Yeah, that's it's a cast. I don't actually need to roll to attack it. That's why it's great.
Yes.
But
so
that's
why
a
you
save.
use it.
The spider rolled a 1 on its Constitution save.
So tell me about this spell and tell me what it looks like. I think you have to roll some damage first, right?
I do have to roll some damage, so.
And I think you're also applying an effect to it, if I'm not mistaken.
It failed its check, so it takes 1 damage, but also has disadvantage on its next attack.
Beautiful.
And so it's Calder's eyes will start glowing, and ice will start creeping up over the spider to hold it in place, bind it, rotting away its outermost layers in order to, kill it with cold.
Absolutely. So you manage to get frost all over its face and its nibbly bits, and it kind of has to stop and shake it before it can really continue. And it has disadvantage on its next attack. Can you apply that, or am I going to have to remember that?
Let me take a look.
See if you can apply that. I'm not sure if it will. Up next,
There's the cast.
we have Barnabas. So Barnabas immediately pulls a hand axe. The moment he sees the spiders, he pulls the hand axe. He hurls the hand axe. I'm going to go ahead and make that attack roll.
I believe it automatically applies to it.
Okay. If not, I'll make sure to roll with disadvantage. We're still learning all this.
Okay.
So the hand axe that Barnabas throws definitely hits the lead spider, the one that just got frostbitten. But I do want to make it pretty clear that Echo does have to dodge the axe for it to get to the to the spider.
Oh.
Like he probably wasn't aiming at the goblin. The dwarf probably wasn't aiming at the goblin. Maybe.
But
If we're using rule of cool, can the goblin can the axe have passed through the bindings on its way to
Yeah.
the spider?
She puts it up. Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. So she ducks the axe, puts her hands up, and the axe parts the bonds, and then sinks into the face of the spider for enough damage to drop it. Again, I assume we're not taking prisoners among the giant spiders.
Not today.
Hold on.
I've already told you my 3 backup concepts, so not this character.
not today, Satan.
So, Wolf Spider 1 is dead. Can you see that? Still see that second spider?
No.
Why did
No.
it become invisible? Hold on, I'm gonna make.
I've
it
never been
visible.
able to see the second spider, so
There now. Can you see it?
yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, damn, is that a phase spider? We're not
Sorry.
ready for that.
I thought there were 2. My
Right.
bad.
Random shut up. My roommate just gave me bow.
Clarion, it is your turn. So we have now a spider that has fallen to Barnabas's axe as well as Calder's magic, and as well as a goblin who is now freed and looking very, I guess, not panicked anymore. What is Echo's demeanor right now, Gale?
Pleasantly surprised.
Excellent.
Wow, a dwarf not trying to kill me.
Clarion, what are you up to?
That's a good question. I'm kind of a little bit far back. So let me go to my inventory. I guess what I'm going to want to do, since I am pretty far back away, like, sorry, for a moment I'm like trying to remember what character.
Take your
Whether
time.
this character has the throwing dagger or whether my other character in the other game I'm playing has a throwing.
This is only our second full session. Absolutely no worries.
Oh,
Take your
gosh.
time. Take your time.
Yes, I do have a throwing dagger. So can I go up and see if I can just, because how tall are you, Echo?
Echo.
3 feet, maybe another inch or 2.
All right, cool. So I should be able to kind of just step right up to Echo and use that motion to throw a dagger. And I'm going to be trying to aim for the soft parts, since this is obviously a spider. So either maybe one of the eyes. See if I can get one of the eyes.
Go for it.
Okay, so I grab this. And
Ooh.
let's see here. I rolled a 16, so
Let's see. 16. Oh, I see. 16 does hit the spider. So go ahead and deal your damage.
whoa, there's just not enough room. Even with a full screen, I'm moving stuff around.
Yep. That it's very, very useful to have multiple monitors.
I do have
Normally-
multiple monitors, but you are all on my other monitor.
Now, normally, just throwing this out there, this is an ad hoc ruling I'm making for excellent. I'll go ahead and apply that in a second. Normally, making a ranged attack through another player character is partial cover. I'm not making that happen now because of the nature of this particular character and her ability to get out of the way without being an issue.
Well, that, and I'm taller than her.
That's also
So
true.
that's why I
that's
asked
true.
how
She's small
tall
size.
she was,
That's also
because I
true.
was stepping
That's also true.
up to her to shoot
quick.
over.
Yes. And
Real
yes.
quick. Goblin is a guy. Goblin is he, him.
Goblin is he.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
Goblin is a he, and so am I. So
So that was 4 damage.
boys
Half of the
together forever.
party are
Okay.
So many dudes in this party.
Up
I know.
next is Meepo. Meepo
Oh,
definitely
Meepo.
looks scared of the spiders. Like the moment the spider comes out, he cringes for a second, but he also like he's got his sling out in a second, and he's gonna go ahead and take an attack with his sling. And he will roll a natural 20. Holy absolute crap.
First crit of the game.
And it
First
was
crit of the
Meepo.
game, and it's Meepo. I absolutely love it. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll a d4 plus 2, and then another d4.
We had the first 1 and the first 20 of the game.
Amazing. Amazing. So Meepo manages to hit it so accurately that the thing's face just explodes. Now, a sling seems like it would be kind of a weak weapon, but if you've ever, like, you know, they can get going really fast, and they can throw some pretty nasty rocks. So
anyone who says the sling can't be a lethal weapon clearly has not been hit by a sling.
Anybody who
Or
cannot
has-
think about sling being a lethal weapon certainly hasn't heard the story of David and Goliath.
That's also true. So yes, that is pretty much exactly what happens here. As the spider charges forward, trying to nip at the ankles of this goblin, it runs face first into a fist-sized rock and just crumples.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm gonna do.
I'll shout out. Good job, Meepo.
He kind of looks up and he smiles and he's like, Meepo did good?
Meepo did
Yes.
Meepo did fantastic.
1 second.
All right, can I walk up to the spider's corpse and get my dang dagger back?
Wait,
Let's
are
verify
both
that
spiders
it's not,
dead?
let's
So
verify that those are the only spiders.
So those two spiders are now dead. Yes, I will go ahead and remove that one from the which one is this?
The map.
I'll remove it from here. However, next on the list is Giant Wolf Spider 2,
Again.
who is right here.
I did notice that the second one that died was listed as Giant Wolf Spider 3.
Yeah,
so.
that's fair.
Oh no!
Okay.
Where is the giant?
So its speed is 40 feet,
Oh,
5,
it's
10,
all the
15,
way
20,
there.
25, 30, 30.
Bring
Excellent.
it on.
It gets all the way to Hyacinth.
Holy balls!
It's gonna get a rapier in it as it.
That's pretty
yes.
scary. That
Take your,
motion.
yeah. So you were ready for this. You did note this. So go ahead and give it a shot.
Oh.
You miss. So I mean, it is bearing down on you, like a charging. Like it's not big. It's not bigger than you, but it's definitely pretty intimidating.
It's like swatting a giant spider, only, macro.
much gianter. Hyacinth, it's your turn.
Oh, well, then I'm going to attempt to stab it again. That makes legitimate sense.
That was nice. Yeah, you saved.
Oh,
your
here's a
laughing.
question. Here's a fun question for you. Our new friend Echo here is also within 5 feet of this spider.
Yes.
Oh no, are you the kind of rogue that's bad for?
No.
Oh.
I'm just making sure that is a yes. So they are technically being threatened, so I get sneak attack.
If you're a swashbuckler.
Nope. Standard rogue. You don't need advantage on the attack roll if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet of that enemy and the enemy
Got
isn't
it.
incapacitated.
Swashbucklers get advantage. Excellent.
Yeah.
Do your thing.
Yes.
So that all depends. I mean,
It enabled sneak
this
attack.
is a philosophical question at this point. If you consider Echo to be your ally at this point, then yes, it pings.
I'm Hyacinth very highly holds to the enemy of my enemy as my friend. So
Seems reasonable to me. Go ahead and take your sneak damage. That looks like a hit.
okay. So that's a how do I add sneak?
I think
It's just a D6.
Just roll the extra D6 onto the thing, and I'll just take it off for now. I'm sure there's a way to add it, but. And then go ahead and roll your D6.
It's not letting me, so I will just
roll it just from the bottom of the board. Yeah, that's fine. Oh,
Cool.
Max! Hold on, I think that does it. That does indeed
did I do a
it.
murder?
You did a murder.
Yay! Well done.
So
Fantastic.
the spiders have been defeated. Calm sort of returns for a second.
As there's a brief pause when it would get to Calder's point in initiative. Calder will cast a minor illusion, like somewhere in the middle of the hallway, mimicking that cackling laughter from a moment ago. Basically, just trying to stir the pot. Just trying to say, like laughter here. If there's anything else looking for this goblin, they'll hear it there, and then like just wait another beat, see if anything comes out.
Makes sense to me. Sorry, I got my scenes all messed up for a second there. Yes, absolutely. And let's see. So you have a moment to take some time and take stock of what's going on. Obviously,
Echo is pulling the gag out of their mouth.
Yes, I'm gonna kneel down